All right. Yeah, man, there's a lot of vitriol, venom.
Okay, let's do this.
Disdain going for somebody.
All right, well, this is what I don't understand, okay? So Travis Hunter wins the Heisman.
Yeah.
Okay. Great little speech there to
For
his
sure.
dad who couldn't make it.
Man, did you see the video of his dad?
Yeah, I did.
Man, that woo, it's crazy. Who couldn't onions in my house? This is wild.
Yeah, no, it's a moment. It really is a moment. And I happened to be in a restaurant in New York and was able to watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it
you got the New
happened
York
and
vibe
whatnot.
with it.
Yep, it was cool. But so his girlfriend, who people seem to have an issue with, and then there was another video that came out where Hunter was spending time with fans. It was an event where people are taking pictures and all that. And so she has kind of like an attitude, and you can hear her on the camera say, "What do you want me to do? Just kind of sit here or whatever?" You know what I mean? And it sounded like a chick with an attitude. That's what it sounded like. You can look at it anyway. So today, there was a lot of people saying she's not for him. He should dump her and move on. You know, like a lot of people are chiming in on their relationship. And he spoke out today. What was it, on Twitch? Right? On Twitch. Rob G, are you impressed that I knew it was on Twitch?
I ain't gonna lie.
Come on.
I'll give you get some knuckles for that.
Right.
That was impressive. Yeah.
All right. It was on Twitch. And he said that she drank herself to sleep, cried first, drank, and then
he could have left that part out.
Yeah.
She's about to drink herself again, sleep tonight. For you putting out there that she
drinks
now
to fall asleep.
He done got him an alcoholic.
She's an alkie.
She's an alkie. See why you with an alkie? See,
Right.
and go ahead, because there's something
So then he put that out there or whatever, and he said, well, she been with me for 5 years. You don't know, blah blah blah, and you guys just been rocking with me for the last year or two, or and all that. I understand we feel like we're into everybody's life because we're watching their story, right, on Instagram and what they're doing. So you feel like you know people. I just think it's out of pocket to tell somebody what to do in a relationship. You don't know what kind of chemistry, magic they have. People have their ups and downs. I don't care who, right? Married couples, anybody who tells you, and Rob G, you know this, Kelvin, you know this. I know this as a guy who's divorced. I don't care how much you're crazy in love with your wife and how the picture of your family and all that. There's issues. Anybody who tells you there's no issues,
called being a human being.
Am I right? Like it's not real. It's not real. There's issues that are involved because people have issues and you got to deal with them. And it's great to be in a relationship and you can work through some stuff. Everything's not going to be perfect. So just the idea, all I'm going to say is, I just think it's out of place to try to tell somebody who they should be with or who they're in love with. Nobody knows that except you. And it doesn't mean that it's perfect and they're going to live happily ever after or they could break up or whatever, but it's still not your place to tell somebody whether or not they should be with somebody. I just think it's wrong.
So this is a hard lesson that she is about to learn and has already learned, and he is going to have to learn. There are some people who have been masterful, and I'm going to give this person credit even though they got their own issues going on, but it's separate from my point. You think of somebody like a Beyonce and a Jay-Z. They were masterful. They're like, we'll give you the interview when we want to give you the interview. We'll talk to this publication when we want to talk to this publication. We'll do this when we do that. And I think she's going to have to learn, and the sad part is she's 22-ish, I believe. She's grown up in nothing but the social media era, meaning since she was 10, 11 years old, there's been nothing but social media where you have to explain everything. I have to tell you this. I have to tell you why.
Right.
And then I got to double back and tell you why I did it. And then I got to tell you why I didn't do it this time. And this is the hard part. And I was joking, but I was serious. Even Travis Hunter is going to have to learn what and what not to say. And he has to protect. Listen, I'm about to be, this is a serious point here. If this is your fiance who, despite how other people, she's a gold digger, she's a that. He loves her. He says, y'all don't know what we've been through. They've been together for years, so give them credit.
Five years, he's 21.
They've been together for years. This ain't a girl who saw he got popular at Colorado and got with him 8 months ago. They've been together for 5 years, and how they got together, she said he wasn't my type. Maybe he wasn't in. Maybe she saw he was, he's good at football. She didn't think he was about to be potentially a Heisman and a number 1 or 2 top 5 pick.
But people do, like, you might start out where you...
No, you're about to be too rational. Don't even because
but
you're
you know
being
what
rational.
I mean, right?
God
like,
forbid.
You start out with where you might
I
be
ain't like
friendly.
her. She was
right.
too nice. She was too thick. She was too small.
Exactly.
If only her teeth were better. Like, this happens.
And then you get around somebody and go like, you know what? They're a good person. I really like this person.
And listen,
I never felt better around somebody in here and that.
And let's go to the worst case scenario. Let's say she is some gold digger, as if he had money when he was 16 years old. Let's say she is a gold digger. That's his life. That's his fiance. And then he would then have to learn the hard way. But the idea that you got grown people invested in kids, essentially, relationships is crazy to me, Rob. Grown. Not a 19-year-old who has a TikTok account.
No, I agree.
I'm talking 30, 40, 50, 60-year-olds.
It don't make
highly involved and expressive about this relationship. I'm like, this is weird, y'all. Let them be.
Yeah, but the problem is that people think they know people through social media.
And now
and
she's
going to
have to learn, and I want to give credit to Rob G. He brought this up, but this is a great point. The reason why a lot of people love Savannah James, she mind her own business. She understood what came with being LeBron's girlfriend, turned fiance, turned wife, now turned mother of his children. She does her own thing. She lays low. Like, because this is a dirty game you're playing when you post online all the time and everything, and then that. Or you're going to have to just post online and completely be okay with what comes with it and live your life. And Travis is going to have to learn this is now his fiance, which will be his wife here soon. You got to protect her. You can't go online and be like, y'all done made her drink, because now you done opened up a whole new thing.
She cried like a baby last night and then went to bed drunk.
What's she crying about? She about to be a millionaire. That's what people are going to say. You know that, right? What's she crying for? My life is hard. She gets to be a millionaire and do nothing. Oh, you married an alcoholic. Look at her. She don't get to do nothing but drink, sit around and drink all day. So he's going to have to learn to protect his fiance and be like, man, I don't have to tell y'all nothing. He don't owe us nothing but to give it his all on football and to try to be a good person. That's it. He don't owe us nothing. You don't owe us explanation. She don't owe us. And the sooner people realize how crazy it is that we go online for people we don't know, Rob, they don't even know these people.
No,
and it's forced you. And you and I get caught up in that time.
You can't make that judgment.
Rob G, you did a hot seat, and still you got to go back and forth with people. That was like 2-3 weeks ago. People are crazy, and
because Rob G was out of pocket, so I understand.
Yeah, he was talking reckless. I ain't gonna lie.
He was out of pocket.
But yeah,
Michael Jordan, what?
You've gotta learn to disconnect from the matrix, man. At times, it's hard for all of us, and it's hard for a 22, 23-year-old because that's all they've ever known. But man, that stuff is crazy. It'll do damage to your mentals if you put all your stock into what everybody's saying, who literally don't even know you, who have an egg as their profile pic.
It's just right.
You know what I mean? It's crazy, but it's the
world
world we're in right now.
Yeah, but that it's just
so disappointing. How many adults, big adults,
right? Adults talking about somebody's relationship that they've even never met the person.
That man
have
loved
no
her.
idea.
He loved her. He been with her since he was 16. That's his babe.
You never know, right? That's the woman he fell in love with or whatever, and let them live their life. Nobody's perfect. People get married, divorced. I'm speaking from experience.
Not everything
and you
is
know
perfect.
What? It's not perfect. And I've said this before. Rob G knows this. My wife is the only woman I've ever said I love you to. I'm 60 years old, okay? And even though it didn't work out and we were together for 7, married for 5, if you would ask me to change, could I go back in time and change? I would not. Because that's how you felt at that moment. At that moment, at that time in my life, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I say this is the thing that I think allows me to not feel compelled to just jump into another relationship just because I know what real love is. Do you understand? Like, once you've had that, it's different than if you're just kind of like jumping around with just people. You're really not feeling them. You're not like to be in love with somebody like that.
You know what it is.
Right. I know what it is.
And this kid, he was 16 when he met her and loved her, had a little crush on her, and he wasn't her type, blah, 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 blah.
And he won her over.
He won her over. They've been together now for 5 years. What more do y'all want from them? If they break up in 5 years, 10 years, it happens. Unfortunately, have you seen the divorce rate in America? That ain't nothing new. So, but the idea that you would spend so much of your time invested, we gotta start being so invested in other people's relationships.
You guys are in the minority. You and Rob G being married.
I know you ain't lying nowadays.
I'm that serious. It's crap, right? Ooh.
Yeah.
We're talking about
Travis Hunter's girlfriend, and then a lot of people's opinions on their relationship, which is crazy to me on these kids. They're kids.
Hey, Peter in Honolulu, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Peter?
What's up, Peter?
What's up, Rob? What's up, guys?
How are you?
I'm not bad. Let me tell you. I'm a child of the 80s. They're a bunch of keyboard gangsters that don't know nothing. They got to mind everybody's business but their own. And if they were in her face or in his face, they wouldn't be saying nothing. Listen, because of social media, half of my family don't talk to me because I called out the hypocrisy. They say something stupid, and I let them know about it.
Right.
And that's the thing. Let me tell you, it's all back in the day, shoot, there was no social media,
right.
So you said something stupid, you got punched in the mouth.
Right.
Yeah, that's what everybody, man, we need to get back to that.
And that was the end of it.
Yeah, thank you, Peter, for the call.
You want to beef about something? You want to beef about it, but you always got to be about it.
No doubt.
Thank you, Peter. Yeah, it was a different era, man.
But
the only bad part about that is now everybody says, "Oh, you got to say." Now these kids will put you in a damning situation because now if you're Travis Hunter, let's say they would say it in his face because Travis Hunter punches me, I got it on my phone, and then you can record. Now I get.
That's crazy.
It's just a different era, man. Not cell phones. Camera phones changed the game.
No
man.
doubt.
Smartphones, I should say.
Dre in Michigan.
What's up, Dre?
You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
What's going on, fellas? Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm good. Rob, they already had a doc. They need a mortician. They don't have a doctor and a nurse.
There you go. You're right.
They
need a whole MASH unit.
It's bad.
Yeah, need a mortician. It's over. Let the MB there go. But the only problem I have with those guys doing maybe because they did it publicly, but I understand it because everything is playing out in the public. But here's my thing. I think somebody do need to talk to that young man. Because you all understand, in order for you to be great at your craft, especially when it comes to sports, you can be in love with your wife, but you got to be married to the game.
No.
Right now,
wait a minute. Let me say this, Dre. I'm not, but you could have, if you want to have a personal conversation, but to post something on social media about somebody's relationship,
that's crazy.
I just think that's...
if you're in a barbershop and you're like, man,
or if I know you, or if I, like, if you're a friend of mine, I'm dead serious. My friends tell me all the time, we were at we were in the wedding to a friend of ours when they get married, and I asked them the night before the wedding,
"You sure?
Are you sure?" Right? And they always looked at me and said, "Rob, I can't. Are you sure?" And it didn't want the marriage didn't work out, and he got divorced. But I just asked him because
that's a fair. You're supposed to be his boy.
I'm one of his friends, right? And I just asked him, "Are you sure?" I didn't say don't marry her, and he got a whole big of people coming. I just said, "Are you sure?"
And that's a fair question. Listen, that's a fair question. I just think it's crazy to me. And by the way, with the call the whole, one thing I ain't got to worry about is Travis Hunter's dedication to the game. And he was saying, married to the game. One thing, the man plays every snap. Do you know the work and ethic you have to put in that to know the plays on both sides of the ball, to be in shape enough to do both sides of the ball? Like, one thing we ain't never got a question is if Travis Hunter is dedicated to the game. That's literally all he does. Remember his speech in the Heisman? He didn't even know Lil Wayne. He's like, man, my girl had to tell me about Lil Wayne songs. I don't even know Lil Wayne. I'm so dedicated to the game. So, yeah, I get his point, but Travis ain't the one you got to worry about with that in regards to that.